Hey guys, so in today's video, we'll be talking about the things you need to do before hiring your first overseas employee. I'm Charlie, the founder of Paired Recruiting. And yeah, on this channel, we basically help you guys learn how to recruit overseas and build your international team. I've been doing this for many years for all of my other businesses, and it allows me to grow my businesses, have high profit margins, and have the work-life balance that I love. But yeah, there are definitely some things you guys need to know as well as do before hiring your first overseas employee. And we're gonna cover those things in this video. Make sure to watch this video all the way through because everything we're talking about is extremely important and they all sort of go with each other. And if you guys do want help recruiting great top tier talent from overseas, check out our website down below. You guys can learn more about our services, and if you have any questions, you can always feel free to reach out. So the first thing you need to do is ask yourself, are you ready? As a solopreneur, you've probably been doing everything yourself. You're probably stressed, you probably have a lot of things on your plate, and you're finding yourself working within the business and not really growing it. If you are feeling any of those things, I'd say it's probably time for you to start hiring. And with overseas talent these days, you actually don't need to be making that much money. Before, where a US worker might cost $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 per month for a more basic role, that same basic role can be had in places like Indonesia for about $600 to $800 per month. And yes, this is for a full-time position. So as you can see, the amount of income you need to have coming in for this to make sense is not that high. I'd say once you start making $2,000 or $3,000 net per month, it will make sense for you to start hiring your first employee. Okay, two is you need to identify the tasks that your employee can do for you, right? Since you've been doing everything yourself, what I recommend doing is take a few days, go about your work, and every time you do a task, write it down. After a few days, you'll know exactly what tasks you do, and then put a check mark next to the tasks that you think you can hire out and delegate. Trust me, this should be most of those tasks. Now think, what type of position can I actually hire for them to be able to do these tasks for me? If you've been doing a lot of, let's say, managing contractors, then maybe you need some type of project manager. If there's a lot of mundane activities on your task list, then maybe you can have a virtual assistant. Whatever it is, figure out what tasks you need to delegate, and that should help you be able to identify what position you need to hire for. The next thing you need to do is figure out how you are going to pay your contractors. So these days, there are many options for you guys to pay people internationally. You can use PayPal, Wise, but I always just recommend using Deal. It's the best all-in-one HR payments platform, and I use it for all of my companies. We'll actually have a link down below. If you guys do want to use that, you will get an exclusive discount that's only available to our audience and clients. So yeah, make sure to check that out. Basically, we recommend having some type of platform like Deal, and then you also need to have your contracts, right? So if you do use Deal, they actually have contracts that are made specifically for all these different countries. So if you want to hire compliantly in, let's say, Indonesia or the Philippines, they'll have the right contract for you. If you don't use Deal, then you'll have to create your own contract. So that is something that you'll need to figure out. If you plan on building a team of multiple people overseas, I recommend just using something like Deal. It's going to make your life a lot easier. The next really important thing that you need to have before making your first hire is SOPs and systems. So for all the tasks that you wrote down, basically SOP stands for Standard Operating Procedure, and it's basically like a manual that someone can read and know exactly how to do that task. For example, if there's a certain way that you edit your videos, you will basically create a manual outlining all of those different things. So if a video editor reads that SOP, they will know exactly what you want and what you don't want. This is gonna make your life so much easier when it comes to actually onboarding your first hire. I think a lot of solopreneurs, they don't have these set up since they know everything that they're doing, they do it. But if you really want to build a business and start building your team, this is gonna be an absolutely crucial step you don't want to skimp out on. Yes, this does take time. It is pretty annoying, but I guarantee you the ROI of the time you spend doing this is going to be absolutely insane. Next, you'll want to figure out how you're going to communicate with your overseas hire. So the thing with hiring overseas is that you're likely on different time zones. And of course, they're not going to be there in person for you to look over their shoulder and make sure everything is going smoothly and that they're actually being productive. That's where communication channels like Slack and ClickUp come in. If you have any type of team, I definitely recommend using Slack. It is by far my favorite Teams communication software. And in terms of a project management software, this is also something that you will really want to have. I recommend using ClickUp for your business. We'll have a link down below. And yeah, by far ClickUp, this has been a game changer for all of my businesses. We do all our project management within ClickUp and it has been amazing. It's also super affordable, so I highly recommend using them. Essentially, the better communication, the better software and platforms you're using, the easier it is for you to actually work with your first hire and start building your team. We're not going to go into detail on how to use Slack or ClickUp, but if you subscribe to this channel, we do have a lot of great videos coming out teaching you how to use them. The next thing you're going to need to do is set aside time for the onboarding process. Now, once you make your first hire, hire, it's not going to be just perfect right away, right? There's going to be an onboarding period of at least, I'd say 2 to 4 weeks where you are constantly training your first hire, showing them the ropes and teaching them how you do things within your business. A lot of people, they think once they hire someone, it's going to be perfect, but the truth is you will need to manage them. You will need to dedicate a good amount of time for that onboarding period. At the same time, you will need to have a good amount of patience, right? Even the best talent, they're going to need to learn how things work within your business. And so definitely go into it with that patience. Before you hire someone, make sure that you're going to have enough time for a daily call with them, maybe at the beginning of their shift as well as the end. That'll ensure that any questions they have are going to be answered and the onboarding process is going to be a lot more smooth. The next thing we're talking about is that you need to understand how hiring works. Before hiring someone, you'll need to know how to write up a job description. You'll want to know where to look for talent. You'll want to know what qualities you're looking for in a person. And yeah, it's just a very, very complex process. We're not going to get into detail on how to write a job description, how to give quality assessments, how to interview, but in the future, we're going to be creating a lot of videos on these topics in this channel. Know that hiring is hard, right? And it takes a good amount of time for you to actually learn how to do it. So what I recommend doing is check out more videos on this channel, use Google, try and learn how hiring works, because that's going to increase the chances of you picking someone that is really great for your team. And when you do that, that's going to drastically increase the growth trajectory of your business. Especially if you're hiring yourself, you'll really want to make sure you know how to hire before you start the process. Now, of course, if you guys don't want to actually do this all yourself, our company Paired, we will do this for you. And right now we are hiring a lot of really great talent for between $600 to maybe $800 per month full-time in Indonesia. We have changed so many business owners' lives just by helping them find quality talent. And so if you want our help, go to the website down below and fill out the form. We'll hop on a call, see what position you're hiring for, and see whether or not we are able to help. But yeah, I'm super excited for you guys. If you're watching this video, you're probably considering hiring your first overseas employee or contractor. I'll say it is a little bit scary, but at the same time, just know that, at least from my own personal experience, it is the best thing you can possibly do for your business. I will stand by that statement until the day that I die. So hopefully you guys found this video helpful. We covered a lot of different things, so feel free to reference this video at any point. And yeah, if you got some value from it, make sure to hit that like button and also subscribe for more content just like this. On the Paired YouTube channel, our whole goal is to help you hire overseas and grow your business. Thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you in the next video.